I'm gonna make a quick video on. So say you got an airsoft gun here. This ain't a real gun. It's just airsoft. And you get your mags. See how loose that is? Right? Cheap mags. It's very annoying. Oh, sorry, that was half loaded, but so in order to fit those, what you do is you get some epoxy. There's a 2-part, that's just Harbor Freight. But you get your epoxy, and right on the side of your mag, you could take and smear just a little pass of it and build that up enough times to where it actually goes in your mag well, nice and tight. Because that originally was just as bad. Now, zero slop. So, much better for the user, even though sometimes they can be tricky. Like here's one I just did. I had, run 2 coats of epoxy on it. Needs a little bit. Yeah, I might like that. It'll work in anyways, but so as long as it gets in there, it can be fairly tight. So in order to fit them, sometimes, like if you go a little too far like I did, which honestly I prefer that better, you take a file, and here's just a piece I broke off in the vise, but makes it real handy for sitting there and just truing up that edge. Take a little bit at a time. Let's see where work down a little bit and try it. See, no go. Needs a little more. So you keep doing that. Try not to screw up the plastic. And eventually, as long as you take it slow, take a few passes. Make sure you didn't get any on that upper edge. So if not, you can just take it, wipe that up. You don't want to really screw with the plastic. Still no good. So I'll keep doing that and see where I end up. So usually a cheap way I found doing this is scrap piece of cardboard and take your epoxy. It's in a squeeze tube, so you can't really mess it up. Give a nice little dose of it. Now this is like a 5-minute epoxy, so you got a little bit of time to work on, but mix it up real good. And again, a little hunk of cardboard. I can't stress it enough to mix it enough, but when it gets that white color, it's making the chemical reaction. So mix that up. And I grab my mag like this. Just give it a little stripe. Just around that one face. That's all it really needs. I'll set that one aside. I got 4 mags lined up, so gonna hit another pass. And you do not want to get it down in that hole, but just make a nice even light coat. I find it's with these how far out there it takes 2 coats, so sometimes it might be 2 to 3. That's that one. Just a nice little stripe. Yep. So I'll set those aside. Come back in a day and check. I'll put it back in the airsoft gun. Check to see how loose they are, if I like it or not. That will be 2 times better than what it was before, but I like them fairly snug. So I'll just take and keep adding, and then once really the best way of doing it is once it doesn't fit in, take the file, start working it down. You can judge if you flip it up and put your mag in. You can kind of judge along this line to see if you got a tight spot up front or in the back. So you might have to just work a little more on the one side to get that in there, but it's really not too bad. So it might take you like 10 minutes per one. So not terrible, but it really makes a difference in the quality, and you don't have to listen to your magazine flopping in the breeze.